Welcome to Eviliv3, the live media commentary show that answers the question: how many '80s songs do we have to sit through before we watch them start to finger bang it? Never mind. We just saw it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because today we are reviewing HBO's The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 4, Day 1. The Finger Bang Edition is what I'm calling it.
I mean, it's a pretty good subtitle.
It's a time-honored tradition of...
It really is.
new love wanting to get their fingers stinky.
Or even old love on your way home from Pride. And then you get your hand slapped. It's fucking stupid.
Wow.
Damn it, because I'm a goddamn American hero. But
goddamn right. Yes, you are. Yeah. All right. We're talking about The Last of Us. This is episode 4, day 1. And we start with what seems like the typical shitty police SWAT team van drive to a innocent person's drug bust that doesn't exist, I assume, because that's kind of what cops do. And
or current day ICE.
Okay, if you want to make it real.
Illegals.
That's a thing too. Or current day ICE, which would be a nice way to end that meeting if we're just gonna follow 100%.
That that's how it should happen from here on out.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Thing is, if you're you're unemployed, you have no prospects, and then you see on your LinkedIn, why not become an ICE agent? You can be a shit ass to everyone. And you're just like, click. You kind of deserve to be blown up.
I should do this.
A small dick. You deserve the fucking grenade that's going to be thrown in your face by the amazing actor whom I do not see his name. Damn it. He's actually really great. And I feel terrible for not having his name right.
We'll just call him Isaac, because that's the character.
Because that's his name. All right, Isaac is awesome. I mean,
absolutely
scary, but
terrifying. Absolute madman.
But also kind of
great,
kind of cool, if we can be objective. So we watch Isaac just like listen to the shit talking nonsense that's happening in the back of the van. And this new guy that just happens to be there is trying to wrap his brain around the fucking nonsense shit talking that's happening within the van. And he's like, why do they call them voters? Because that's a weird thing to say in a post-apocalyptic world when there's no voting. And Isaac's like, oh, because we're fucking with them. That's why. We strip them away of all their rights. And so we call them the thing that they cannot do. You know, like like every good fucking red-blooded American does when we mock people for, you know, whatever.
Taking away their rights.
Yeah. It happens. You know, we're seeing it today. It's a thing. So let's start laughing about it.
Yeah.
So he ends up meeting up with the fucking WLF, Wolf, and like just decides, I'm going to blow up every one of these fucking assholes because they deserve it, which hats off to you. And then the kid's just like, what the fuck? And he's like, make a choice, man. I feel like that choice to do it in this way, maybe like have a conversation with the kid first. Get to know him. Because he could easily be like a MAGA kid, you know? Like an incel who has no self-esteem. He's never got his dick wet. You know, outside of rape. Like all MAGA. And he's just a fucking loser. You don't know if he's going to pull the trigger or not unless you have a conversation first. He took a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Scary.
Yeah, and I mean, he turns out to be that later on, so... It was a gamble that paid off at the time.
Momentarily. All right. Well, I did like seeing that because we got this sort of in to what we're going to see later. And it's what I really love about this show is we're seeing sort of before the mess, during the mess, and then after the mess as civilization deteriorates. And we get to understand motivation of character. We get to understand why people act and think the way they do. And I find it wildly fascinating, especially in this context, because we then cut to him torturing a Seraphite? Seraphite,
yeah.
And he's like pontificating about how he loved cooking and that's how he got girls because he was all, sort of shy and stuff. And it was this French copper based cooking utensil that he always sort of fantasized about. I'm a cast iron guy myself, so I don't really understand it.
Yeah, copper, it's a well, it's a good conductor. That's why it's
Right.
shit. It
Good
doesn't
temporary.
retain heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you want to waste a lot of money, do that.
But it gave us the moment where we realized that the Seraphites are not just like freaky people. They're like devoted religiously freaky people.
Mhm.
Like it's one thing to be a believer who gets shit on. I can understand that. But to be
Yeah.
like a fervent blind believer, that's too real. That's like religion. And how it's funny because we are literally living this world. How could you be someone who has like within the last like 50 to 100, not even 100 years, like the last 50 years, a savior cropped up and you worship them as if they're a god? Like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
And let me just
And
say,
she died?
right. So
Like,
how could she be? Look, I'm a fan. I'm pointing to it. I'm a fan.
yeah.
I do not worship. Of course, that's the
No.
religion, so it makes sense in that context. But even if it was like a worship me religion, I still couldn't do it. That's what the
Mm-mm.
fuck? How could you be someone who in your lifetime you see someone born and die and you're just like, they are a god?
Right.
I don't get it. Now you've played the game, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna presume you have some inside knowledge that I do not, which is definitely true. Does it ever explain that? Like, how is this just like a human condition thing, or is like the Seraphites have like a special relationship to their founding woman or something?
Nope. Nope. It's
Yeah.
just straight up drinking the Kool-Aid type of shit.
All right.
Yeah, it's as they explain it in the show.
I
Like
mean,
they're just
yeah,
fucking insane people.
we've seen it time and time again in our real life, so
Mhm.
it's not like it's unthinkable.
Yeah.
I just would like to understand a little bit of it because it does seem
Right. That's why
so,
it's so fascinating.
yeah, it seems
It's like
so ridiculous.
how does somebody get to that point? Yeah.
Man. Um, I was going to make a Star Wars joke here, but I couldn't wrap my head around it, like a
Fair
worship
enough.
Star Wars thing. But anyway, um, and then we cut back to Ellie and Dina,
Mhm.
and we get to see like character development and we get to see their relationship develop, and they're like arguably one of, if not the most stressful moments, like Train to Busan stressful moments, when they get into the train to, why the fuck would you get in the train, and then
Mhm.
they have to get right back out of the train again because it's like clearly that was a poor choice. Why did you get in the fucking train in the first place? And then they get in the like weird turntable thing, and Ellie sticks her arm out and she gets bit. And Dina's just like, I have to kill you now, bitch. Why would you do that? And they have this great conversation about, don't kill me yet because please
Mhm.
believe me. Would you have just shot her like if you were Dina?
Yeah, probably. Um, I want to see a friend go through that shit. That just hurry up and blast him in the face.
Jeez.
You know,
Jeez.
I'm a nice guy. What can I say?
But, but why would she wait until, I understand dramatic tension and it's in the script type stuff. But let's pretend this is like a real world scenario. Why would you wait till then to be like, yeah, but I'm immune, so it's cool, yo?
Right.
Wouldn't that be like you're eating her out, you're finger blasting her asshole, you come back up for air, and you're just like, oh, by the way, I'm immune, and then you go back down. Like,
Mhm.
that's when I would do it.
Yeah, because I mean, there's already something else going on. It's the whole Baron Offenad type of thing. Like you tell people important things as they're about to climax, so they can't really argue with you or have any sort of rebuttal.
Great fucking callback with the shirt and everything.
Fuck yeah.
For those of you who don't understand it, sorry for you.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a great.
I'll have you know, by the way, this is what I wore under my costume in the Pride Parade today.
Oh, nice.
Nobody saw it, but I knew it was there.
Wait, what was your costume?
Darth Nihilus,
Wait a second.
because
You
I was with the Star Wars people.
I didn't know Star Wars people did the gay pride parade.
There's a lot of gays.
Not that it's not a gay thing. I'm just
Yeah.
like I didn't know that was like an event that they also went
Yeah,
to.
it's something that done pretty steady for quite a few years now.
Holy shit.
This is the first one I've been able to do in probably
Wait,
like
how did
6
it go?
years.
Was it just cool or super hot or
Oh
what?
yeah, no, it was great. It was fucking great. And it was weird. It was the first time ever being at Pride and not seeing protesters. Like I was waiting to see the section of people that you fist fight on the way back from the parade.
What kind of worthless fucks are like, hey, what are you
There,
doing
there's
today?
usually there's usually a special section where those people stand, and they're guarded by the police.
What
Because
the
yeah,
fuck?
the police aren't protecting everybody else. They're protecting the bigots
Yeah.
because the bigots are gonna get their asses fucking kicked. Good times.
That is shocking to me. Not that like I believe the cop thing. That
Mm.
tracks. Why would that how would that be your Saturday go to? Like, hey, I'm gonna go to the firing range. Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna go play a video game. I'm gonna go watch whatever on the boob tube. I'm gonna jerk off 8 times because my wife's shopping. No, I'm gonna go to the gay pride parade and scream at a bunch of people who are happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird choice.
It's important stuff to have hobbies, I guess.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just stoked that Salt Lake has a gay pride parade. I kind of wish I would have known about it because I would probably not have gone to it because I
As I
had
say, you
other
were
plans. But
busy doing other things.
yeah, peeing on my dog,
Yeah.
which is the
Yeah.
most embarrassing thing.
I mean, I wasn't gonna announce it to everybody, but
I was literally taking a leak. All right, here, I'm gonna play by play. I'm taking a leak. We're in the middle of the forest. My wife says something. I turn to her and I answer her, and I look back, and my dog, my new puppy, is standing there looking up at me, going, "Why are you peeing on me?" And I'm like, "Why did you stand in front of my stream?" All the while, I haven't moved. He hasn't moved. I'm still actively peeing on him. I'm just like, "Fuck it!" So I pinch it off, and it stops. I still have to go, but I can't do anything because I just peed on my dog, and he's like not moving. I'm just like, how do I explain this to my daughter? I just peed on her dog, and I feel like he didn't mind because he didn't move. Fuck! Like I just fucked
because
my
he's a good
dog's.
dog.
Yeah.
It's just like whatever. I guess this is the relationship we have now.
This is the new us. This is how our relation. I got you next time. I'm just like, all right, I'll tag you in.
All right.
And I can't be mad. Like if he pees on me, I'll just be like, yeah, no, I deserved it. I totally get it.
Like, that one was on me.
And then like I was helping them across this raging river, like balls deep in the river, and he goes behind me and starts sliding down the river, and I get this image in my head of an infant being swept down the river. And I'm just like, no! And I like lunge for him, get a fistful of like puppy skin, which is a little bit, at least with him, it's a little like, it's thicker. He's got a lot of extra skin. I don't know. He lost weight. What do you want? And I like grabbed onto it, and he's like looking back, like, why are you squeezing my asshole? I'm just like, don't die! Like grabbing him by the tail and pulling him over so he doesn't get washed away. It was very dramatic, very traumatic. Right.
I waved to a lot of gays. We had similar days, I guess.
You're like, yeah, my day was very much the same. I peed on some people. I saved them from a
Thought
river.
about it, They looked really hot, just cool them off with some liquid.
In my defense, he seemed like he was enjoying it because it was kind of, I don't know. I feel like pee would probably be hot, so maybe it was too cold, and he was just like, "Warm me up, Poppy." And I was like, "I got you,
Perhaps.
boo." I don't know. All right. Anyway, we got this really shockingly beautiful scene. The whole time I was watching this, I was like, this is bullshit. Why is she playing a guitar song of the 80s, like an 80s song to, this girl? And why is this girl acting like she's like starstruck and so emotionally involved? And as I'm watching it, trying to dismiss the scene, again, the second time I've seen the scene, I'm swept up in the scene. These actors are so fucking good that I'm believing the passion. And
Yeah.
I thought this was such a beautiful scene. This is what every guy who has ever practiced one song on guitar hopes will happen to him. That
And it never does.
not once,
No.
not goddamn once, because we're losers. But it worked in this one case. And then she's like, I'm pregnant. And then we got the finger banging scene. And I was just like, this is fucking beautiful. Like, this is
Right. I
genuinely
love the
beautiful.
whole, I'm gonna be a daddy.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that's exactly what it is. I should have wore gloves.
I love she's like, how do you know? She's like, I peed on this thing. No, that's what you do. I don't just pee on stuff. And I was like, I do. I peed on my dog. This is my life now. Yeah, no, it was fucking great. And I want to hate the scene because it's like tropey and it's cheesy and wildly out of context for the stress that we just went through watching them in the Train to Busan scene, and knowing what's coming up next is super stressful and stuff, and her like convincing her she's not a fucking zombie like shit. But it really fucking worked well. And I have to say, this is one of those scenes, as a producer or a director, they must have fought over. And the director's like, fuck you. This is happening. I'm leaving this in. It will work. And it fucking worked because Bella Ramsey's amazing, and whoever's playing Dina, god damn it, that girl is good. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it would not have worked if Dina sucked as an actress. But her fucking
Oh, yeah.
eyes were sparkling. She was shocked and amazed and falling in love watching this girl play a shitty 80s song, which admittedly sounded better in her unplugged version than it ever did when I was listening to it on the radio when it first came out.
Right.
But god damn it, it was really fucking good. And that sets up the dynamic tension that we need for the rest of the season. Because you have to ask yourself, why the fuck is this girl staying with Ella, going through all of this bullshit? Ellie, sorry. Why the fuck would she stay with her? And now we know she genuinely loves her, and maybe she didn't fully realize it before that moment, though I think we were tipped off that she did. But in that moment, she came to understand it for sure. And
Yeah.
we as an audience suddenly made it click. We're like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes 100% sense. Like, they're in love. Of course she would do this for her. She would do anything for her. And there's something about not just love, because I'm a romantic and I love that stuff. In a post-apocalyptic world, you have to justify every action, every choice that we see on screen or read in a book or fantasize about in a video game or whatever it is. You have to justify why they do what they do. And it can be tropey to say, well, they like each other. But when you see a scene like that, take the time it needed, cringe as much as it needed to cringe. It literally reminded me of my marriage to my wife. We were in the Utah State, I don't know what you call it, licensing office, whatever the fuck office it was that we got married in. Probably the most horrible way of ever getting married ever. And yet when she said, do you want to take this, do you want to fuck this one for the rest of your life? I don't remember the exact words, but I'm pretty sure that
I'm
was
pretty sure that's what it was.
paraphrase.
Yeah.
I like started actively crying. I was like, yeah, I love this bitch. Like, fuck yeah, she's awesome. And I want to spend the rest of my life hating and loving her. And that's what marriage is. So that's what I will do. And like the absurdity of it, the cliche of it, and everything compiled. I recognize how stupid it was in the moment, but I still openly wept because I've never felt like this for anyone else until you. And like, I genuinely love this fucking woman. Like, yeah, I want to have that. And then I saw that rewatching this again in this fucking show. I'm just like, God damn, that's acting. Fuck. So good.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing I love about this shit is it's like, I mean, it's all fiction. We're watching a fucking dystopian fantasy, but the shit that hits so hard, it's like you see your own experience in it. Yeah, loved it. And yeah, that scene, it just it hit just as well as in the game.
Was it the same in the game?
Yeah,
like beat for beat?
I can't remember if it was the same song. So that's
really?
the part that I'm a little kind of iffy on, but like she does play for her like that, and it's all super romantic and shit, and there's tears and snot and whatnot. Um, like I want to say it's the same song, but yeah, it was just it was so fucking good, and it's crazy too because in the game you actually have to start playing the song, like you have to
Wait,
make her
really?
play it. Yeah, I mean it's not
Like
complex
button
or anything. It's
mash
just
and
hitting the buttons the right
yeah.
order and moving the joysticks right. Um, so it starts off like you're just playing the game, and then it slowly transitions into the cutscene, and it's just a seamless thing, and
Wow.
immediately pulls you into it. It's fucking cool.
Wow. Okay, let me ask you a question. What would the song you would play if you were Ellie? Like, what would?
Um, let's see. That's hard because it's like, do I want to go funny or do I want to go real?
Let's do
Because
both.
like acoustic, the one song that I can just pull out of my ass, regardless of how like fucking drunk or whatnot I am, is "The Nobodies" by Marilyn Manson. Can do that start to finish in my fucking sleep, pretty much
What?
acoustically. Yeah, love that shit.
Dude, I want this to happen. I want to hear this.
Get me a guitar, I
This is,
guess, next time
this
I'm
is
around you.
amazing.
Or I guess shit, I got a whole bunch of guitars next time you're up, but whatever. Um, so there's that, and then the one that it's like, this would be a lot funnier if I did, would be "Bite It, You Scum" by Gigi Allen. So it's kind of a toss up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's a little on the nose. Um, it's every rose has its thorn. It's 100%
Oh, yeah.
every dorm guy's attempt at getting pussy. A fraction of them
Fair.
pulled it off, but yeah.
Well, it's great because it's like he's such a terrible singer, like when you actually think about his voice, that it's so easy to mimic that. It's just, the guitar playing you gotta really work on.
How dare you?
I,
How dare you?
I love that band, but my moment of
And you're
clarity
right.
was when he was on The Masked Singer. I fucking spent 3
He was
weeks
on the
arguing with my
Masked
mother-in-law.
Singer.
Yeah, he was on The Masked Singer. I spent 3 weeks arguing with my mother-in-law because I'm like, no, Bret Michaels can sing. That's clearly not Bret Michaels. This dude is fucking terrible.
No way.
And it was Bret Michaels. And I immediately put on, what is it, Slippery When Wet?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just listened to the entire fucking album like, wow, he really couldn't sing. It's like the only talent in this band is fucking CC DeVille. Holy shit.
Wow.
I mean, not that was surprising because CC DeVille is a fucking madman and just an excellent guitarist. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a real weird coming to
Yeah.
terms with things moment for me.
We excused a lot of things in the 80s.
Yeah.
A lot of
You know what?
things.
If they made you question your sexuality, it was good music. Right?
I had a genuine conversation in my new job where Brett Michaels, George Michaels, Faith came on, and I was like, I wanted to be him so badly that I would gladly go into a men's gas station toilet room with him in order to be him. Like I wanted to be him, and I would risk the AIDS to be like him. And everyone just stared open mouthed at me like I was a fucking bug. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no
He
one
was
gets
hot
me.
shit back in the day.
Gets my fucking humor.
Yeah,
He was
it's
amazing. Oh my god, he
fucking
looked so
kids these days,
goddamn
man.
cool. I wanted to be him so bad. And when they're like, yeah, he was caught in a trucker bathroom, I was just like, no, I get it. I would do that too. But he's still straight, right? Sure. He's straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Liberace. Like, oh, he was pulling ass. So
flaming straight man.
he was a flaming straight man.
Yeah.
We didn't know fuck all in the 80s, okay? That's my excuse. I didn't know shit about shit.
It's true.
All right.
It's true.
And then she's like, no, I'm pregnant. I don't pee on everything. I pee on this, and this tells me that I'm pregnant. And she's like, I'm gonna be a dad. And we're all just like collectively like, this is fucking beautiful.
Yay.
And then they start getting like clicks in the fucking walkie-talkie, and they go stand out on the balcony. I'm screaming, sit the fuck down. Why are you standing up? Like, does no one sneak around anywhere? They're just like walking everywhere, a full erectness. I mean, that's what I
Yeah,
do.
it's so funny too because it is such a stealthy game. But there are moments like that where it's just like doo 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 doo. Oh shit. That's fucking scary. I guess I will slowly stink or
You're
sit
just
down
like,
now.
hmm. I feel like I would be crawling everywhere in that universe. I would never stand up ever because you're going to get a
Right.
bullet between the eyes. Like, fuck that. And the crazy moment when they go into the warehouse and the smiley seraphite people have like strung up and like open up, like they William Wallaced all the people hanging,
Yeah.
and then the fucking WLF come in. There's like fucking wrong time. God damn it. Like you could not ask for a wronger time to be in a warehouse. It's just crazy.
Right.
But the emotional tension's there. You want them to survive. And I feel like if there is a flaw to, well, first of all, if there's a flaw to the whole series, and of course the second season specifically, it is that sort of tropiness of we got a little bit of breathing time, and then a huge emotional moment. Oh, we're gonna die, and then a little bit of breathing time, then oh, huge emotional. Oh, we're gonna die. Constantly,
Yeah.
like I get this is from a video game, but you're rewriting stuff. You don't have to follow the video game that closely, do you? So, I mean, again, it works as a video game because that's what you expect. Do you
Mhm.
ever feel like maybe it's following too close? You like you want a little bit more air, or do you feel like it's justified and it's enough?
No, I mean I feel like they changed it up just enough to make it more dynamic for television. I could definitely see that being an issue for some people. I mean, I've got the bias of I played it before I watched it.
Right.
I think it might be a little different the other way around, but yeah, I don't have an issue with it.
It just feels very video gamey as I'm watching it, and as
Well, and I
someone,
will I will say that like there's like the first season they took aspects of the video game and they recreated it.
mhm,
With this, they're straight up setting up like scenes where it's like, yeah, this is where you run and then you press X here, X here, X here, and then you climb up. And like they set it up absolutely like the video game to the point where you're waiting to start pressing the right buttons. I don't know if that bothers me or not. I'm still kind of on the fence of that, but yeah, it definitely reminds you that, oh yeah, this was based on a video game.
it's weird because I do find myself like I see other reviewers that I've watched in the past, and they're tearing the show apart in the second season
Other fucking
specifically,
idiots.
which I don't understand. And then I'm like watching it for the second time, trying to understand. And there's the whole like, I hate gay people thing, which if that's how you feel, then of course you're not going to like the second season because
Mhm.
it's, especially this particular episode, is very steeped in, oh, what's pride? I guess they were just happy. You know, and
Mhm.
like they have their first moment of actual love, which is beautiful. And if you just hate that, then I can understand why you would not like this show. We
Mhm.
had some
Yeah, but it's
really
like, why even
beautiful
bother?
fucking moments in the first season between two men, and now we're having some genuinely beautiful moments between two women. I see it as two human beings, but if you want to be a bitch and fucking hate people, then be a bitch and hate people. So,
Right.
like, for that,
It's
I
just the
get it.
kind of people that can't find that in the real world for themselves. That's all it
Right.
is.
Right. So, so I'm looking like that. It can't be that simple and that cut and dry, right? Like life can't be that. It clearly is, but that can't. Like in my
It's
mind, I
like,
can't justify that. That's the only reason because it's so
mhm,
fucking infantile. There must be some other reasons. So I'm looking for reasons to get frustrated with or criticize this show, and the only thing I can come up with is it's too video gamey. And as someone who grew up with video games, if I had more time in my life, I would love to play more video games. I don't mind it, but that's just my only justification. I can't understand why other reasons would be that people like fucking bitch about this shit. So I don't know. Like, can you imagine why other people would complain? Is it just a gay thing? Because that's fucking stupid.
I as much as I want to have some semblance of faith in the human race, like it probably is something that stupid. Like it's got to be part that and part just like bitching gets more views.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
100%.
you're just
100%.
filleting it like everybody else that's sane and
Yeah.
has good taste, then you fall into the flood of everybody else. But
Yeah.
I don't know, just so fucking stupid. Like I don't understand how somebody could hate this show,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
at
on
all.
that topic, one of the most like just vehement anti-gay people, Chris in the chat room, right?
Oh yeah,
Right.
Jesus Christ. I
This
mean, I
guy
wasn't gonna
is
call
always
him out.
burning gay flags. He's like trying to shoot people on streets.
Mhm.
I hear. No, how you doing, man? I'm just kidding. He's a lover, not a fighter. Don't hate him.
uh,
All right.
but yeah, no, I'm not having a hard time buying into it, Chris. But that's also like, it explains it later on in the season, or was it earlier in the season? Fuck, that's the hard part about going back is I'm forgetting which
right.
happens where, like the time that Tommy and homegirl are talking, and she's just like, "Yeah, no, that kid's just fucked."
Yeah.
Um, like
I
that's just her, and in the game, it's especially like that. Like the mission comes before anything else.
I do feel like we have to kind of put it in worldly context though, because if it was like our modern day life, then yeah, I was like wildly overprotective of my wife when she was pregnant, both times. And you sort of go through those insane tropes that don't make any sense because women can work out throughout their entire pregnancies. They can do virtually every goddamn thing they ever did before and more. It's just we are overprotective is all it really comes down
Mhm.
to. And so in our current world, I would get that you would like not want them to do it. But in a world where it's literally survival of the fittest and you have to fight to survive, then a pregnant woman fighting to survive for her lover or fighting on her lover's behalf doesn't really make that much nonsense out of it. Like you sort of, at least for me, I'm just like, that's the world they live in. So yeah, she's just going to continue doing what she's always done, even though she's pregnant, because that's just what you do in that world. It's
Yeah.
not our world. She can't sit on, barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen making me a, I don't know, whatever, even though that's a horrible thing to say. By the way, for those of you watching, I'm in advertising. That was a total lie that we made up. That was never a thing when we made it up. Advertisers, we totally created that fiction, and you dumbasses bought into it. So don't blame us. Blame your dumbass selves. All right, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
Apparently, the game had it different with Tommy and Ellie. Did you know about that?
See, I'm confused about that one. I'm not sure what he means.
All right, maybe you should stop hating gay people, Chris. Jeez.
Yeah. Right.
I feel so bad. I'm just
Yeah, man,
kidding.
that train scene was just as fucking intense as it was in the game. Like,
It was
it's
brutal.
very similar to the whole introduction of, well, Joel's introduction to Abby. Like, that was pretty fucking close to the game.
Oh wow, really?
Mm.
Yeah, that train scene was. It seemed stupid. Like why they would go
Like
into the train, ever. Why would you
yeah,
ever
well, I
make
mean,
that choice?
it was the easy way to get through everything, but like the only difference is she doesn't get bit, I don't think, at the
Oh
end
really?
because they do make it through the turnstile just at the right time. That's the part that I'm a little fuzzy on. I can't remember, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
just as intense.
I definitely feel like I would have told her beforehand. First of all, after you finger bang someone, I feel like you should be a little honest. Like, I got to be honest, I had some cheesy fries. You might have some in your
I didn't wash them
vagina.
first. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's. I picked up a piece of gum off the floor. It's in my nails, and now it's in you. So I hope you're okay with that. We'll get some
It's just
monostat.
it's gonna be like a minty douche.
I feel so bad for women. Like guys, it's all external. No issues at all. You rinse it off or if you just whip it around for a minute and you're fine. Girls, it's a delicate biome. Like it has.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
so bad for them.
Just
And,
they got it rough.
and I just stick everything I
Especially like
can
the
in it.
straight ones, man. They got to deal with people like us. terrible.
I just threw up a little bit. But yeah, super gross. People like us are the worst. If I could put a hoagie in it and eat the hoagie out of it, I would 100% do that every time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that would be the only way I'd eat my sandwiches if that was an option. That would be the only
I'm
option.
hungry again. Still dealing with the last time, fucker. Yeah. All right.
Why did you put peppers in it last time?
Yeah. Stop putting peppers in it. Why are you putting hot sauce on it? God damn it. A pussy can't handle it. All right. Anything else? Like, are we missing anything? Because that's kind of the show. It's like it leads you up to the rooftop scene. They know they want to go deeper, and there's clearly a war between the Seraphites and the WLF, which was teased last time, but now we're seeing the actual full scope of it. We know that the WLF may have started it, may not have started it. The Seraphites may have started it, may not have started it. It doesn't fucking matter at this point because it's gone beyond. And they're just trying to get revenge in the midst of this ongoing conflict. What could go wrong?
Yeah, nothing at all.
Well, on that note, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Looking forward to the next rewatch because god damn it, I love this fucking show.
Yeah, man, it's just it's such a little ray of sunshine that's bleak.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, bleak ray of sunshine that's squashed out by despair. By the way, the intro, it's still just one little fungi, and it kills me.
Yeah, I was I noticed that because I wasn't sure. I was actually talking to my wife about that. I was like, I'm gonna not skip it this next time because I usually don't, but on the rewatches, it's like, well, I kind of want to just get to the meat and potatoes, and yeah, I saw that. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking rough.
Yeah, it's way rough. And I didn't even notice it until you mentioned it last time, and now it's just like
you're welcome.
Pure sorrow every beginning of every rewatch. I'm just like, but it's horrible. And for all of you out there wondering if Chris really is a hater, I was just joking. He's not.
Yeah, no, Chris is a great fucking guy.
He loves to suck dick. Like he does. The best. Like fucking
double fisting, flag flying behind him and everything. He's a beautiful man.
All right. And like it or not, evil spelled backwards is live. So get out there and be evil.
I wasn't looking to see if I was still on screen. Oh, I was. Yes.
You
Fantastic.